So, you know, we're Honorable Cynthia Morrison. And we're Honorable Kwadra Asante. We're the amount for Bible because so free a crack Kumasi and the billboards now.
Right.
Papa, we were very interested. Friend Peter Kwekuaka, we're this 67 years. Very interesting man. And I went to Honorable Andesiama, second per the Supreme Court stay in all the Abane there. He is still the second Deputy Speaker of Parliament and MP for Fomena. And then I'll try to explain what the Supreme Court has done. Me can say to me, lawyer.
Right.
I may get certain things wrong. Me too, I'm correct me. Then it be a catch a human minimum. Mo correct on mo comment ba akokwa be prompt me. No correcting.
Definitely.
But then it is I me be me kwa me constitution. Ye be kom kakra.
Right.
Na wi a ya hwe ne speaker kan na ya hwe ne Supreme Court no so kan nti na e bit of obroni be kan legalistic presentation. But sanity emra no yenya yesua me condom brand ba me school ne yet. Na my man me born the first or former minister for gender and children's protection. Now, August 2022 no declare so be call independent candidate. Yan kan who say for you to be a minister na chese or NPP member of parliament for Aguna West constituency what the central region. And you share all the 4 cases no various regions of our country.
Yeah.
The eastern, the western, the central and also finally the Shanti region.
Right.
Okay. Now, so be call independent no. Didn't no case be call independent. Saturday April 13 no mo to aba.
Right.
Omo didn't delay because now they were issued. No rare out of about 4 or 5 candidates. Honorable Cynthia sitting them following a rare. When you lose to one Christopher Arthur. Or say constituency in any year to be independent. Okay. The next candidate, I boy for Kwadra Asante Suhum. Or incumbent member of parliament for Suhum. On also September 2, and decided say, or be file say independent candidate.
Okay.
Or lose primaries no to a branch be friend protos or Frank say do be come for be kind. Galamsey report no kra Abrante we ni dinwom. No lose to Abrante no. Ye ko election no. Frank say do be kwenya 496 votes. Kwadra Asante o ye certain member parliament 320 votes. Akokwa me menyu Akufo-Addo am tena Akufo-Addo for 20 years. Constituency we me hu say peace about that so from Brian Champon any Frederick Operian Satan say time no me NDC candidate the contest here former chief of staff Julius Debra.
Okay.
And a Brian Champon 10 ho kwa bitifi all the kodi member of parliament. Constituency dey be o issues na be bere so hum.
Okay.
Obi o temu onim so politics be anya no wawa. The next candidate no NDC member of parliament Peter Kwachi Aka Memphis Central. The first 3 member of parliament am actually sitting members of parliament who were sponsored by political parties.
Okay.
And the first 2 no NPP MPs we NDC MP na papa we a very interesting character. 20 years ago or contested was Memphis Central say MPP candidates. What is 67 years? You know Ghana 1957 2008 and a contested say independent candidate. No so only MPP for any antokwa bi. Okay. 2012 yantenenka. 2016 na papa yi. Papa that's papa yasem na America. And the background there read no.
Yeah.
Obe contest say NDC candidate from Memphis Central no winning in 2016. 2020 osan ba NDC no winning here. 2024 also be independent.
Wow.
And in the last 20 years no say you pay
the same constituency.
Yes. And contested on 3 different legs. MPP independent, NDC independent. You obi no be kan chameleonistic day chebia. So or satra na ho a papa ibinim ne e pay o parliament. 67 years.
Okoha no abaha.
Yes, ono na kecheyere, ono abojo anajan.
Okay.
Etu no.
Okay.
Yes.
But so, it's interesting because I said the constituency no more penasem.
Yes.
Baby obekobia no the personality no more.
Yes, and akoko in fact, o share the vote na mama mfema come presentation be a man for regency okokeke.
Okay.
He seems to enjoy a groundswell of support. Okay. Mama mfema oko 2004.
Right.
2004 no you win here no. Mama make sure say 2004 dey na mdemawa. Yes, 2004 no you win here na George Kofi Atta or NDC tell win.
Okay.
It's na because MP because of Lusu Galam say sentiment here say go see NDC tell win.
Okay.
2004 no onya you win in 14,139.
Okay.
Peter Kwachi honorable enya 14,006.
Wow.
To share the difference of just 133. 133 votes. Okay. 2008 George Kofi Atana winning here.
Okay.
Of course independent no. You winning in 11,324. NPP ni Padmo Kofi Yonkopa Ata. Enso nya 9,573. Honorable Peter Kwachi enya 7,707.
As independent.
As independent. It was formidable.
Yeah.
2012 ama 2016 na obaye no. 2016 na obaye no. Onya 17,801. NPP ni no lose nya 17,256. Which are obtain about 500 votes.
Yeah.
2020 we need 26,100.
Wow.
NPP ni no enya 21,926.
There's over progression no.
Yes. So
okay.
He's a very formidable candidate. And you shall Joanna easy or court said there's and said we shall seat we are very interesting here. It's a must word for the 2024 election. Obviously, I shall in politics. I don't know they're a bit radical. I think they're a bit disrespectful. But that's that. The next one, Papa, we're doing different.
Okay.
On your parliament independent, I will see MPP. Honorable and the Siama from Fomena. And MPP so no your candidate. Na kokwa Entokwani nyina ni speaker be release ono de ono interpretation of the law on Thursday ni say kofo omo qualify so be parliament because o yusu word bi on tiase mo me dada Ghana for on tiase mo be disrespect Ghana for because they are not loyal. These are the words of the right honorable speaker of parliament.
Okay.
Na kokwa constitution ni nyina kakraka ni nyina the right provision about the way so no article 97 1.
Okay.
G and H no.
Right.
And a settle adie we nyina. And we for constitution na.
Right.
Mami read him out. 97 1 say a member of parliament shall vacate his seat in parliament. And the A na kosi H no establish the grounds of which we a member of parliament will sit in the bit me adie free.
Yeah.
H no say if he leaves the party of which he was a member at the time of his election to parliament to join another party. So that is I. G-I. G-I-I no, or say all seeks to remain in parliament as an independent member. H. If he was elected a member of parliament as an independent candidate and joins a political party. Now, kwa mami establish caveat we all say. Let me read the provision we man. When you read Article 130 Clause 2 no, or say when an issue that relates to a matter or question referred to it in Clause 1 of this article arises in the procedures in a court other than the Supreme Court, the court shall stay the procedure and refers the question of law involved to the Supreme Court for determination. Akokwa lawyers na catch say when it comes to interpretation of the Constitution, the body charge of the sole mandate. The sole mandate say obi enye bi omunkwa na ye is the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Mitie Professor Mike Okui 2020. Metreni interview on the joining of Ngobe ye. Or say ono ni interpreti article 97(1) time of the Pamesiama in 2020 no.
Right.
It was triggered because the MPP wrote to him that pursuant to the MPP constitution article 9 no say MPP candidate be I didn't need Kojian constituency. Tesa akokwa na MPP candidate for Fodukrum. Me do say to so me MPP ni me se me ntiase me ko independent akok contest akokwa. By some file for independent you automatically forfeited your membership of the MPP.
Yeah.
And the MPP gender secretary trauma no say ebra for me na for ko MPP candidate. Ah honorable Esiama so na be contest as independent candidate no. Wa forfeited na it won pam in free parliament.
Okay.
And to tie my kokoya he acted on Article 97G. Because then, no independence. He said, yeah, honorable Esiama, the provision be different. Based on the letter from the MPP, what is Kabago in about 19 to 20 minute presentation? Also, can say the nature of pay of the EC, no, EC the man, no, when who say 4 members of parliament, he say, I'm call independent. I'm honorable Esiama, I'm call MPP. As you can H now say. If he was elected a member of parliament as an independent candidate and joins a political party, that is where Honorable Esiama and Kaban. Tusha, the 97(1)H covers Honorable Esiama because the current parliament will not cause an independent candidate.
Right.
But 97(1)G covers the 3 others: Koda Sante, Cynthia Morrison, and Peter Aka.
Okay.
I got all the differences. So this is the difference between NIPA 4.
Okay.
Speaker interpretation in your kind.
Yeah.
say ono de enye so more parliament they don't qualify ebi say 130 na me reading man article 130 clause 2 ni say a court when the procedure is in court and a Supreme Court ma chechire me lawyer but akokwa the basic fact I know that Supreme Court deals with interpretation in fact if you no tie speaker na kwa na or allude to the fact say ono de na de na obetire akokwa atase so let's say that but no na Supreme Court the ruling by say the speaker kan ye no there should be a stay suspension amanfo be raising issue with this
okay
me unyo obi a follow me acha ato force asabata asem ya me kan say ene the MP NDC for any budget MP for so be kan say court no anya de Ghana no bibia ye politics
for now omo eruli outing ye for MPs from parliament no omo stay men can say omo Supreme Court actually say omo nkoso ni omo adwuma carry on their duties no e be ye MPP de NDC so enye ne de because of Senate Speaker. Yes, no people have questions MPP constitution. When it comes to matters of the constitution, the MPP constitution will be inferior. Yeah, it's less
to that.
But when him say this development, Speaker, people were also saying say the People's Representative Act, and also HRSS will be what constituency be mune be or MP. Na a constituency ne fast so then they call Parliament. Maybe our such as our kind of pay there. Article 97 now will read it na. Constituency no be
in the decide.
And a petition.
Yes, news are kokwa. And I'm say there's various interpretations. Me arguments and lawyers na here for both sides. Metiase. One. What speaker background or say you can say ade no a parliament we no buy or 4-year mandate into your money we 4 years then the constitutional provision no adwuma bi enim and I nim faso bia because nipa na dia wie ti faso bi enim e bi so say ya anya sa e bedu ba bia members of parliament do betimi amba parliament no by any private business ebi ono ne selfish into obedu parliament ebi ade bi adodo de bi a promising into no no be sesa na adwen wo niam bi ho enti me all the two provisions no me the argument makes sense to me because we just say to me layman understanding is that when someone goes to an election na owinia or a 4-year mandate
okay
but the 97 one says that you can vacate your seat on provisions so there's a bit of confusion. In fact, another confusion is the G, if he leaves the party of which he was a member at the time of his election to parliament to join another party, has Inter joined another party? Has Pitaka joined another party? Has Kodex Sante joined another party? Okay, or seeks to remain in parliament as an independent member. Remain in what parliament? Is it the 8th parliament or the future parliament, which is the 9th parliament? Because so in this parliament, today, I've not heard any official document from Kodia Sante say obey independent candidate. He wants to be an independent candidate in a future parliament.
And the party, so the party now no have they released any statement?
No. So what I said, I say, both sides of the argument to the layman somewhat mind. It makes sense to me because TB will say, if he leaves the party of which he was a member at the time of his election to parliament to join another party, so next in public, the professor
Marco Quadia.
No, this Professor Seni who walked up. I know it was symbolic or for him or walking across.
Yeah.
Also on your that kicks in here.
Okay.
But today, so men say baby as also a call and this and a CP and a PNC. Men say baby as well a castle basic say or independent member. For me, out of the phone, the only one I need to clear to me kakra.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenon before all this Tuesday because I'm not team Pumpueno.
Right.
They preempted what happened in parliament. So capacity of execution. Mostly a S party just say because of circumstances no how be a assembly between media brain crofo no.
Yeah.
So me the senior quarter. Me man kwan say o me responde na ma court na rule no ma me days kakra na say na say how no and answer sunsanso no eso bete me twi na mfancha me basically what an ex party ruling simply means is that because of an emergency because of the exigencies of the time no I'm not affording the other party an opportunity to respond the court na ma me mere days kakra no nte sa exigencies ne so na what so wi a sa days ne so wa ma nipa ne kwan no aba but no akokwa the court did a very it is strange, but I want to stay clear of that debate. Court didn't see any or say one, the execution of the ruling of the rights of blah 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 Or say, members of the Agona West, numbered 5, blah, 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 declaring the seat. Okay, 2. The Parliament of Ghana is hereby directed to recognize and allow the 4 affected members of Parliament, herein named, to duly represent their constituents and conduct the full scope of the duties of the office as MPs, pending the determination of the suit. Ahana man for Chief Justice and the Supreme Court to issue kakra say. Afanyama can buy no oba sama 10 days. And then I work to the determination of the case.
Right.
It's a man for be a case speaker with 10 days to respond. No, me can't really yes, I'm understanding I'm what. I go with team understanding. Me name some mistake I will correct him. Say the Parliament of Ghana is hereby directed to recognize and allow the 4 MPs named herein to duly represent their constituents and conduct the full duties of a member of Parliament pending the determination of the case. Okay. It's the Supreme Court was somewhere 2016 krana. Yeah. It was granted 10 days or granted perpetuity.
Ntibia men fan say obe determine assembly by 2025 and no mean question because
yes, but I know me a mistake be in my earlier presentation because they've not ruled.
Okay.
So what that means is that they've suspended the decision. Now after no marking, pay for 10 days. But when suspended for 10, was suspended in perpetuity. Perpetuity just will be in him down. Every determined case. It's a man for me I can speak about throw in 10 days. No credit. Next time say no credit train or say. In view of the gravity of the issues raised in this suit and the urgency of the matter, the court hereby direct that pursuant to Article 1294 of the 1992 Constitution, Rule 5 of the CI, blah blah blah, the defendants, the Hana Court name defendants, which is the Speaker of Parliament and the Attorney General, are to file their statement of case within 7 days of service. So there's no 10 days anywhere. The 10 days was what Afenyomakin was seeking. And Akokwa, where is it? So you go back to the suit and you have it. This is it. Where they please says that granted a maximum of 10 days, we shall repeat this application for the defendant to provide justification. So there are about 4 understanding here. 1. Supreme Court on Canada, BSS speaker and respond in 10 days. No, the 10 days was there. Afenyomakin was praying to the court to grant him.
Okay.
Because of the exigencies of the time. That is why the case was, first of all, an ex parte case. 2, Supreme Court granted 10 days, almost granted perpetuity. So until the case is decided, the members of Parliament can today carry themselves and go to Parliament and transact business as members of Parliament. His immunity kicks in.
Yeah.
They have everything as members of Parliament. 2, 3, the case has not been decided, but the case has been suspended. The ruling of the speaker has been suspended. I got what here.
Yeah.
So that is my understanding of it.
Speaker, seminar okay ni nyina no say Supreme Court no. Men kan say ordinary say siso.
Ordinary
so say
no more tena case no so no. The Chief Justice so he led the panel, Justice Tokonu, Justice Owusu, Justice Siedu, Justice NS Jewu and Justice Dakwasare.
Okay.
I got say in 46 or 48, the Justice of the England Court said, justice must not only be done, but must be seen to be done.
Right.
What say? Makato say, open 3 agencies are on perception for the EC, the police, the court.
Yeah.
Among for people issues with the court, less than 24 hours they sat on the matter.
Yeah.
LGBTQ case.
Cases be a very.
I don't think that the court operates a first come first serve basis. 1. Yeah. Personally, I have a certain bias when it comes to defending the court. From a Parliament, they want my own money and me no money. Hang Parliament, executive me no money. The last bastion we must protect is the court.
Yeah.
To me, you say I won't offer any commentary on it, but my only comment I will say is that perception is important.
Yeah.
And the Supreme Court must work at its perception.
Yeah.
Show perception in the barometer, and you see those avenues give the Supreme Court a certain view of how the citizens view them.
Yeah.
So if the citizens are telling you that you are declining in the last 20 years when it comes to perception, it is worrying, especially when known people be a do at the end of the it say questions. And they be because when Michael Kwe did that ruling, and then MP for Santiachim Central, what's his name? Kokwa Imedu, and the chair of the Legal and Constitutional Affairs Committee of Parliament. What's it? We were debating. I said, okay, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Honorable KTM, he's a lawyer. He's wrong. I've had at least 6 MPP members of Parliament, including Atatia. So, okay, what's wrong? So, 2020, what did they say? What did they say? If it was wrong, Why didn't the Supreme Court invoke its jurisdiction of interpreting the Constitution? Because we know that if someone is interpreting the Constitution wrongly. There's a repercussion. Why was the Supreme Court silent? Why now? You see, you are not careful. We will weaken our state institutions. When Barack Obama came in 2000, one of the things he said to us was that Africa needs strong institutions. So, okay, you know, enye kasa chama ne wo ye nenye uni NPP ankasa no say come 169 we back from 168 and this 106 what can they do yenna gitum and na on say yenna ye kasa say na bia me kasa fa one people ne to nchen police bo nkrofo a kabi ne ye babo ko position
abaye de bo tachi no wan hwe ya
it is when our state institutions are messing up say na bia me kacha yi si no and na o hwe the fourth Republican dispensation and this wa bema omnom ye ECPROs na NPP so bojanim omba abema na asesa you don't run countries like that but my kokwe no satan na kokwe medu 20 years no parliament na KTM from 2007 no parliament na touch our parliament na no katre the right honorable speaker the greatest respect to him in fact the honorable DC for Manso South and I'm na kasa Manso South Clement he was wrong almost every lawyer na kasa ba 9-10 say oh you're wrong
right.
But we all went silent. It's not make us say we must all force state institutions to work. Because the perception about the court in Akokwa, who social media, wow. And I was even afraid to stand on the rulings now. But for me, let's also hasten slowly. So this is what the court means. The ruling has not been done. Yesterday I made a mistake on that. So the ruling has not been done. The one granting motion in perpetuity, not the 10 days. So my second story is that. Let me go to my third story. So me come a third story.
Okay.
I want to say, Galam say na sem na ye kan.